I don't know why I can't let go of it.
What's going on? It's AI, sure. Why am I getting kicked out of class for it?
Because it's classes and just like not doing anything.
Are we having to write the papers? Why do I need to write it if all you're going to do is put it through another AI?
Our professionals all across the world are crying out, and no one's listening. 60% of teachers globally have considered quitting. This is the bigger picture, not only in our country, but in countries all across the world. We have a teacher shortage and a student fail crisis. And most Americans are missing the bigger picture, and people are having a hard time connecting the dots. Listen at these next few teachers as they explain what's happening in our society today.
Three days later.
I got an email telling me that I was 10 minutes late twice in the last 3 weeks. All of those nights before, I was the last car here. And I took work home and was grading it at 10 p.m. But I'm gonna get in trouble for being 10 minutes late. And I just cannot do it anymore. I don't know why I can't let go of it.
I don't know many people who can say with 100% certainty what their life will look like for the next year and a half. If you told me this time last year what my life would look like now, I would not believe you. My point is, I wouldn't have left the classroom because I wanted to. I had a family circumstance that changed, and that is going to happen to teachers inevitably. So all of this shame and guilt on teachers about being like, it hurts the kids or whatever. No, it doesn't. We should have school systems that respect teachers as human beings and can support our classrooms when things change, because inevitably something is going to change in some schools somewhere in this country.
I am inevitable.
Whether it's a teacher whose spouse, gets moved for their job, or it's a teacher whose loved one needs a full-time caregiver, or it's a teacher who develops an illness themselves, there needs to be supports for our teachers and our students, and placing that blame on teachers that it doesn't exist is not helpful.
That's right, I said it.
What was going on? It's AI, sure. Why am I getting kicked out of class for it?
Because it's considered
Why are
cheating.
you speaking? I am your student. Why are you speaking to me like this? It's called I hate reading. It's not cheating. And maybe if you didn't just start fucking attacking me, you could look it up and figure it out.
Oh, maybe if you started studying better, maybe you'll be fine.
Better.
Close
My
the
grades are
laptop and hop out.
improving. It makes me flashcards. What
What's wrong
is
with
the
buying
issue?
your own flashcards?
Why am I? This saves me time.
Close your laptop, put it in your bag.
I'm not leaving. I paid to be here. You have to teach me
Not
outside
teaching
of class.
today. It's a quiz. You
none of
finish
your
it,
business.
close your laptop, and you may leave.
What's the point of me even being here if kids are just going to use AI to cheat and generate their answers?
I don't think parents understand how many kids are out there who are just like refusing to do anything in class. Like, could you imagine being a 12-year-old and coming to school and sitting through 7 hours of classes and just like not doing anything? Like, yeah, I'm supposed to write a biceps paragraph. I'm just not going to do it. I'm just going to sit here and stare off into the void. I'm not going to do it. Yeah, I don't care. My parents don't care. I don't care. I'm just not going to do it. Like, so many kids are like that.
I'm a psychiatric nurse practitioner and I work with a lot of kids. And I just want to know, what are we doing in these schools? What is actually happening? When I tell you every parent that I work with is counting down the days until the end of the year, it used to be the opposite. Parents would dread the summertime. No break from the kids. Now they want them home. What is that telling us?
I just need to vent for a second because I am so irritated. I had to write a paper for one of my classes, and it was specifically about why I don't think we should be utilizing AI in academic settings. I don't think in the educational sphere we should be using AI. I think honestly, students in like K through 12 should be using pen and paper. I think they should be going back to handwriting things. I don't think we need a Chromebook for every student because they don't know how to type on it anyway. They don't know how to use a mouse for the computer because everything is touching. I digress. Anyway, I wrote a paper about why I don't think we should be using AI. And I used multiple sources to support my opinion because it was an argumentative, opinionated paper. It's what the whole purpose of the paper was supposed to be. And it came back as 41% plagiarized, which that's funny because this is the first paper I've turned in where I put invisible instructions at the top to any AI that it wasn't allowed to keep and use my paper. That's suspicious. So then my professor gave me like a 2 out of 10 on it. And so I emailed back and I said, hey, did you read it? Did you read my paper? Because if professors aren't reading the papers, why in the actual are we having to write the papers? Why do I need to write it if all you're going to do is put it through another AI and check it for you and grade it for you? What the are we doing? What the am I paying for? What are we doing?
This week, my students are starting to read A Midsummer Night's Dream, and they had a pre-reading question that I wanted them to answer. For them to respond in 6 to 8 sentences, citing examples from their own personal lives, data and statistics they researched and found, regarding whether or not they would allow their parents to choose their future spouse. And here I am, thinking this is an easy assignment. 6 to 8 sentences where you just get to talk about your opinion? No. Apparently, we had to consult Gemini. Apparently, we had to consult ChatGPT. Apparently, we had to consult Copilot because we are not forming opinions of our own. And as I do for every single assignment, I plug my assignment prompt into every single AI platform. And once it gives me the original copy of the answer, I ask it to write it as a 10th grader. Some of these little noodle heads just directly copied and pasted. And a few humans thought they were smart. They copied and pasted it into another Google Doc, and then they just typed it side by side. Joke's on you. Google's had an update. Now Google shows if there's any copy and paste or any same language in their documents. It also shows if anything was pasted from an external source, aka AI. But if it's from a legitimate source, it shows the website. And these children either think A, that they're so smart, or B, that I am so dumb. We're in April. I don't have time for this. And to my high schoolers out there, just because you change a few words does not change the pattern of your response. Here's an example. Even though I respect my parents and listen to their advice, I feel like I would understand my own feelings and personality better than anyone else. While I respect my parents' opinions and know they want what's best for me, they don't fully experience my emotions the way I do. While I respect my parents' opinions and experience, they don't fully understand my emotional needs, personality, or what makes me happy in a partner. While I respect my parents' valuable life knowledge, they don't always know what's best for you. While I deeply value my parents' advice, I've seen my own community and couples that choose each other tend to communicate better and feel more invested in resolving conflict. While I value parental advice and recognize that parents often have life experience that can help identify red flags in their perspective, they cannot fully account for emotional connection, shared values, and day-to-day compatibility between two partners. And the best part is all of those statements are the second sentence in every single response. AI spits out patterns. It may not always give the exact same response to every single person who plugs the same prompt in. However, we'll follow the same pattern every single time.
Today's episode of What Dimension is this? Chicago will be opening their first AI school. It's going to be a private school where all of the educational lessons will be taught through the AI, and the AI will track the students' eye movement to make sure they're engaged in the lesson. What will the AI do if this student is no longer engaged? Who knows? But they're going to be hiring humans to be in the school, but they're not hiring former educators or anything. They're just hiring random people to babysit the kids. Everything the AI can't physically do. So instead of fixing education, we're just going to throw AI at it because no one is understanding what the problem is with education. It's not the teachers not teaching. It's the lack of motivation and the fact that parents do not support the education. Education starts at home. You should be telling your kid how to sit, how to move, how to act, how to behave, and then when they go to school, they'll be able to take in the information they're seeing from the teacher. But since parents don't want to take that step, and I know it's hard, parents are busy, everyone has to work now, and it's difficult to dedicate time because the idea of a housewife is dead because everything got so expensive. But, and again, that's thanks to Reagan. Just look it up. But the whole idea now is that we are dealing with this idea that AI can solve the education problem, but it's not. It's yet again a Band-Aid on a larger problem that we're refusing to contend with.
I'm literally sitting here thinking, how are my kids going to make money? But on a regular note, what are we preparing them for? Our education system is so outdated. Technology is moving so fast. AI is taking over way quicker than they anticipated. And our kids are still going to school learning what exactly to prepare them for what. Like, I'm literally sitting here thinking, how are my kids going to make money? People need to work, but what are people doing for work in like the next 10 years? What are our kids doing? And I have a almost 11-year-old and almost 5-year-old, okay? What are they gonna do when it's their time to go out into the world and work? And I mean, every single job is being taken over. Every single creative job where people who are creative, who could align themselves with an area of work that people couldn't easily replicate, that's gone. Entry-level jobs, gone. I mean, even like construction workers, they have like machines now that will just lay bricks and slap cement for them. I mean, really, what are we doing? Are we gonna end up with like a world where we get like a stipend for food and we all sit around on computer? Like, what are we gonna do? And if it's a waste of time, and if this world is literally falling apart on top of that, I just want to spend time with my children and my family. I don't know what they're preparing for.
We've been pointing fingers that it's COVID for a long time now. Here's the thing. This was happening in schools long before COVID.
You ain't lying.
COVID didn't dismantle the system. COVID simply brought to light a broken system already. Our school systems have been on the decline since 2013. COVID intensified that decline. It's time to wake up. It's time to wake up and act and do something in your local district. Community matters now more than ever.
Sarakap, whatever. Please, I want to reach 1 million likes. So please, sarapakara. Okay, thank you.